long in dollar yen, and standing by for potential add here. So this potential add here is at 157.814, and it is a retest of this level here, which is the market structure shift level here on the 5-minute. Price has, I believe, reached that perhaps on the bid, but not on the offer. Yeah, so the bid has reached the 814 level, but the offer has not. So price may deliver now because price has reached that level. There's no guarantee that the offer will reach that level, but I'm going to hold the orders in place just in case price comes back down and does offer or does provide an entry on the offer or the ask, depending on how you classify it. For the time being, there's less than a minute left in this current candle here. There's some liquidity below this candle here as it just opened, so I'm going to anticipate that price is going to come lower here. And now we have that liquidity taken, so now price can deliver to the buy side or to the sell side here. I'm uncertain on where price would want to deliver, but I'm going to still hold this order here just in case the market structure shift, or actually this is a break of structure here. The market structure shift happened here, and then there have been break of structure levels throughout. So if this break of structure level gets retested, then I'll stay here and wait for the entry, and then if I get this entry, I'll walk either way. After this candle, I'll walk you through my setup on my analysis time frame, as this is my execution time frame. See price consolidating here around the 157.850 level. So looking unlikely that I'll get the retest here, but we'll shift over to the analysis charting here, and I'll show you what setup that got me into this position. Starting here on the daily chart, this is yesterday's candle here, and this is day before yesterday's candle. Yesterday's candle gives a body candle close above day before yesterday's candle. So this gives me, actually, let's back up. Here is yesterday's candle. Here is day before yesterday's candle. I was going a day behind here. So yesterday's candle here closes, gives a body candle close above day before yesterday's candle. So this gives me a buy side draw on liquidity. And with that, we'll come here to the 1-hour chart, and you can see here, I will remove this Fibonacci retracement tool for now. You can see here, you get this body candle close above this swing high, and you get these series of bullish fair value gaps here, or buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiencies here. So this is a trending market. Then I'm going to look at the multiple time frame analysis here. So starting on the 4-hour chart, you can see price action here. There's a sweep here. My initial target is that swing high on the 1-hour chart. I'll show that to you next. If that happens, then I will pull my order for the add and then just start taking profit. So here on the 4-hour, you get this body candle close here, and price action is delivering here to the buy side, so bullish price action here. On the 1-hour, as I mentioned, you have this body candle close here. So you have bullish price action here as the low has not been retested here on the 15-minute chart. You have this swing high right here being traded into the low. Hasn't been violated, so bullish. So bullish on all three of my multiple time frame analysis. So buy side bias, trending market to the buy side, and multiple time frame analysis showing on all three of my analysis time frames bullish price action. Then I want to look for a higher time frame PD array. So here we have this bullish fair value gap here. So this is my higher time frame bullish, or this is my higher time frame PD array. You can see this candle here trades into it and reaches the equilibrium point. Then if I head over to my execution charting, I want to see a market structure shift on the 5-minute chart. And the market structure shift on the 5-minute chart comes in right here in the kill zone, right here. And then there's another shift level here and another shift level here. I took an entry on this shift level, even though this would be my ideal entry down here. Price does not always make it back down to this level. And my stop loss is below this low here, which is the 15-minute low. There's going to be a liquidity pool right here that I'm resting in as well. This entry here, as I mentioned, would have been ideal. Working on trying to improve my entries, as in this, if I pull up the Fibonacci retracement tool, this comes down here to the equilibrium level and to this level here, but sometimes. And then there's this fair value gap here that I would have liked to have waited to take an entry in. But price doesn't always come back to the fair value gaps. Sometimes these are breakaway gaps, and you won't be able to get an entry. So I just chose the closest retest level, even though there were 3 to choose from. And that's one of my issues with levels of retest, is that there can be multiple ones and not being certain of which ones to take, which is a slightly different situation here for this current potential add here, because there's only one point to choose from. So when it comes to taking my entries, it's a toss-up usually between retest points, fair value gaps, and then just straight up equilibrium here. So as I'm trying to improve or dial in my entries, I'll try to get a better, let's say, or right now I'm just trying to do some analysis on what is going to be most consistent. So the same thing, I set up this Fibonacci retracement here. This one doesn't come to equilibrium where the retest is, and that's another thing with these retest levels. They can be just about anywhere. As you can see, this retest level here is very high here in the range, in the Fibonacci range, where this retest here is just above equilibrium here. And then if we go back to this one here, you can see this one below here, this one just above equilibrium. But if we want to look at fair value gaps, and fair value gap here above equilibrium, fair value gap here above equilibrium, ideally when you're buying, you want to see things here in an area of discount. And when you're selling, you want to see things here in an area of premium. So that's also another toss-up on how I want to manage my trades. And also, since I'm basing my stop loss on the 15-minute, when you set up the 5-minute, it sets up differently. So this would be the 5-minute setup here. So you can see on the 5-minute setup, you have the gap here at the equilibrium level. So this actually lines up. And then if you take the gap here, this gap here also lines up. So now just looking at everything here, it seems like setting up the trade based on the 5-minute and taking the gap, but using the 15-minute may be the most sound approach. Even though I can say I do prefer the retest levels more than anything else. But we'll see. I may shift this to the 5-minute level and leave. Just leave those. We'll see. Because the main thing is, yes, I do want an entry, but I also want a good price, which can cripple you in some ways. And also trying to eliminate the amount of decisions that I'm needing to make. So that would be 157.847. So that entry would be here, which would mean I would already be tagged in. Coming back down here. So it looks like price is going to provide an entry for the 5-minute setup. We'll see if it comes back down here to the retest on the 15-minute. This also would be a retest on the 5-minute. My range here is based on the 15-minute. And price pulling back here. Now price is in that entry range. If I would have chosen the fair value gap, price is now within that. I'm going to hold here. See if that retest level comes in. Okay, putting in a low, and there's the retest. In for the add. We'll see how price holds up here. My stop loss is the difference of the bid-ask spread and this low currently. You can see price has come back to this equilibrium level here. There's only one thing that I did not like about this position is that it had already swept the buy side liquidity above yesterday's daily candle. So there is the possibility that price would want to reverse to the sell side and sweep out the sell side liquidity. So normally when I take these positions, I target a currency pair where there's still room for the previous day's high or low to be targeted. This is the first trade I've taken that does not meet that criteria, but even though that is something that I prefer to see, but it is not a exact criteria that I actually need to see in order to take a position. It's just something that I can see that the primary target has yet to be reached, so it'd be a position that I would take. For this particular trade, it's set up in every other way except for that. So there is the I'm taking the trade just because it meets my trade criteria, and then we'll see if price wants to deliver beyond that level and break into a different level here. So meeting my trade criteria or parameters, but setting up a little differently than normal, or than what I would normally go for. I'm going to shift all of these lower targets to the 60-minute so this is price here returning to the sell side, and this is where I'm wondering whether or not my target is overshot and price wants to redeliver to the sell side here. There wasn't much of a bottom on this candle, so I think it was just one tick or something lower, so going lower was ideal here. And now you can see price putting in a potential bearish fair value gap right here in this area. But you can see price delivered this 60-minute or this 1 hour high right here is equivalent to this high right here. You can see price failed to get to that level, has pulled back, and now I'm looking for price to return to that level. And since I have this add-on for potential higher prices, I'm going to take these positions here and take them all off at that 60-minute or that 1 hour level, just because price may turn around there, may fail there, but I've got the size that I want to carry the rest of the position, so I would modify my positions accordingly here. So this has the target that I want, so I'm just going to copy this target and paste it onto the remainder of those positions. If this happens, then I'm going to move my stop to break even on the ads, and then let the trade play out from there if we get that far. to my analysis charting here for a second. 8 o'clock. Okay. Have a look at my history here. Okay. I wanted to double check that because my entries here are at 7:30 and the 15-minute did not go bullish until 8 o'clock. So this ad has all three time frames aligned when the initial position only had the 4 hour and the 1 hour. This is showcasing, this is my history for today. This is showcasing all of my positions. This was also this position here in JPY here, a buy and a sell. I was trying to set up these limit entries here and then accidentally set a market entry here. Then I exited shortly after I realized I made that error. See a return to buy side delivery here. So price now trading inside of this bearish fair value gap right here. Price trading here near the 157.850 level. Seeing more buy side delivery here. Price has reached the rebalance point of the 5-minute bearish fair value gap or sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency here. See if price wants to, we'll see how price behaves within the gap. One of three possibilities. One, price gives a body candle close below this level here, which would be the candle number 3. If that would be the case, it would be a respect of the fair value gap, and there would be a higher probability that price would want to deliver to the sell side. Option number 2, price gives a body candle close inside of the fair value gap, which would give a higher probability of price failing the gap and returning to the buy side. Or option 3, price gives a body candle close outside here and above the fair value gap, which would give a higher probability of price failing the gap and returning to the buy side. So right now, price appearing to show option number 1 here, as price seems to be respecting the fair value gap. Closes outside of the fair value gap to the sell side, then it would be a higher probability that price would return to the sell side. But right now, with conditions trending to the buy side and multiple time frame analysis pointing to the buy side, we'll see if price action can follow through here. a new 5-minute low. And may get my stop out tested here. And this is what I mean by already meeting that primary target on the daily. Price may be turning around to the sell side. And if that happens, then I'll just clear the board with all of my positions here. So there is a failure of the gap. New 5-minute low. There's going to be some liquidity below this candle here. Now that liquidity has been taken out. So now we'll see if price returns to the buy side, or if I'm going to get taken out here at my stop loss here, my 15-minute stop loss. So my stop loss is down here at 157.648. If I lose, if this stop loss gets tripped, then I'm going to exit all of the remaining lower positions. And then I will stick to, or then I will make the rule concrete as far as then being able to take a trade if my primary target has been reached or not, as this sell side delivery here is quite aggressive. So I would anticipate if price is going to return to the buy side, some equally aggressive, if not more aggressive, buy side delivery would be necessary here. But one thing to take into consideration is this bearish fair value gap here did reach a rebalance point, but it may not matter if price continues to the sell side. Would just be showing strong sell side delivery. If it's a buy side, then it would show the potential for price to trade back through that area with very little resistance. But it could also just be sending price lower with very little resistance, as it's doing now. And if I get stopped out here, which it looks like I will, I'll exit everything. Okay, stopped out there. And I'll get all out. Okay, so as I mentioned, getting my target overshot, or my primary target overshot there on the daily, price is likely just turning around and likely going back to test this bullish fair value gap here on the daily chart. Here. I'm going to head over to my analysis charting, take a look at dollar CAD and Bitcoin, which were the only other two pairs that were on the to-do list today. This was a short, but it is not going in that direction at all. And Bitcoin here, I have as a long, but it also actually here is long, and here not trending, so nothing here. Alright, so that's gonna do it for my New York AM session. So got a valuable lesson here. So I'm gonna respect my primary target, and I'll only take the positions when that criteria is met. Other than that, I will assume that price is likely returning. If you'd like to know more, visit us at ontilttrading.com. Stay on tilt, never emotional. We'll see you next time.